the 50th anniversary of one of the great legacies in the entire United States Army. Some of our very finest soldiers over these 50 years have been a part of the Golden Knights, and they tell the Army story all over the world, but it's just a great example of the professionalism and the courage of the men and women of the United States Army. And they literally every year perform in front of millions of people around the world and tell the Army story in a very powerful and inspiring way. There's just no way to estimate the number of young men and young women who've seen the Golden Knights and have been inspired by them, and they think, I'd like to be like that. I'd like to be in the United States Army and be a part of that great tradition and that great team. And they appear in front of millions of people every year, young people all over the country. And I'm confident that just thousands of young people have been inspired by their example and have chosen to join our Army as a result. They'll continue to lead the world. And it's not only their performances and the professionalism and the courage that they demonstrate around the country and around the world, but they also help us develop the state-of-the-art technology when it comes to parachute and service in our Army. They're partners with Natick Labs and other organizations that really push the state-of-the-art when it comes to parachuting and skydiving. They're the best in the world. I meet with the soldiers in the WTUs all over the country, and I really go to listen more than anything else. My message is to thank them for their service, but I'm really here to listen to them and learn from them. The Warrior Transition Unit is a new initiative. It's just about 18 months old. It's an organization we built from scratch after the problems we had at Walter Reed a couple of years ago. And we continue to work to make it work better for soldiers. But these are men and women who have carried the burden of battle for our country. And we're doing everything we can to make the Warrior Transition Units work for them, help them to get rehabilitated, get on with their life, get back into service. They want to get well and they want to get back to serving in the Army. And I'm here to learn from them, figure out how we can make the Warrior Transition Units work better for them. I'm here to listen. I'm here to hear firsthand from them what their experiences have been. But across our Army, the Warrior Transition Units have helped soldiers get back on their feet, helped them get back in the service, or in some cases helped them transition to a productive life in the civilian society. And I'm here to thank them for what they do, but not only are these soldiers here in an effort to get them well, but we continue to develop these WTUs. They're works in progress. We continue to adapt them to make them work better for the soldiers, and not just the soldiers, but their families. The Soldier Family Assistance Centers that we have at every one of our WTUs is also part of that caring for the entire family unit. Well, I've met with them all over the country, and out in Fort Lewis, and been to nearly every WTU that we have, and we get a lot of positive input. We hear they will compliment positive aspects of it, but they'll make recommendations on how things can be made to work better for them. One of the areas that we have really emphasized over the last year is continuing education training so that their time in the WTUs is spent effectively, so they can continue to develop as soldiers, so they don't fall behind in their professional development while they're here. And that's been one of the major areas of emphasis over the last year, is making it work for soldiers so they continue to progress in their career as soldiers, or in some cases go ahead and start beginning their preparation for life as a civilian if they're going to transition out.